A couple of years ago, my son Tom asked his granddad, my dad, about the tattoo on his right arm. I realised that I didn't know the story either, and just how little I really knew about him. Who was this man? When Dad was young, he made ends meet by carrying the bags for passengers at the local railway station. On this particular day, he carried some bags for a lady, who turned out not to have enough money. But she was a tattooist.
Pardon?
It turned out that the tattoo story was but one of many, and in the telling of these stories, I was the one on a journey. I realise now how remarkable my father's life has been, and just how far he has come. John, or Jack as he prefers, was born in 1926 in Middlesbrough, in the rough industrial area that is the northeast of England. When he was very young, his mother left, and his father, unable to cope, took Jack to live with his grandparents. The house was a one-room up, one-room down arrangement, with young Jack obliged to sleep in the same bed as his grandfather and grandmother. His real dad would call around occasionally to take the adults out drinking at the Red Lion, which was next door. Jack would sit alone in the house with the fading gaslight for company. Jack does not remember a proper sit-down meal during this period. Jack was left to himself as far as school goes, and left at 13, illiterate by his own admission. He taught himself to read with Beano comics, which was a pretty good effort for someone who can barely see with his right eye. In 1944, at 18, he was given the choice of going down the mines or war. He chose to go to war, which says a lot about coal mining. Jack enlisted in the Durham Light Infantry as a rifleman, ironic for someone with no shooting eye. So he spent the remainder of the war as an army cook, travelling to Italy and Austria. Like many ex-soldiers, Dad doesn't talk about the war. Jack met Irene, my mum, after the war. Taking a shortcut down a lane, they made eye contact and a date was arranged. They married in 1952 and were devoted to each other. At 73 years of age, Jack nursed Irene in the last painful days of her life in 1999. He misses her every day. When I was 41, it struck me that my dad was the same age when he packed up the family, by that stage 3 children, and moved to Australia. It's a tough start in a new country. Dad tried many jobs, worked day and night. But Dad strongly believed that his family would have a better life. And yes, the hard work eventually paid off. And the tattoo? It's of a heart, and it's faded now. But it's worn by a hard-working, courageous and devoted man who has come a long way.
To do, I didn't realise how I could have lost my arm through it if I'd got an infection in it, because it swelled up like a balloon, great big balloon on it, you know. And I kept it hidden from him for a few days till I was washing one day and my dad come in and said, "What's that big swell on your arm?" And then the whole hell broke loose, you know, and so they stopped me from doing it. Oh, this is a heart with arrow through with my name Jack. Because I used to call my real name's John, but I used to call everybody to say Jack, and I used to answer to Jack. And so I put Jack on. That was the tattoo.